H2F initiative improves Thunderbolt soldiers' wellness. Take about 3 to 5 minutes to read this. Let me know when you're finished. All right, so what did we just read?
It's about the H2F program.
In the H2F program. Who's seen the H2F program before? Heard? Where have you seen that, Sergeant Allen?
At my UNISAR,
What does your unit do with the H2F?
they implement it through specific physical regimes before, so we conduct PT, and they base it off the holistic soldier on how they should have good nutritious health, good mental health, and good physical health. Sorry.
So you believe that the Army's moving in a good direction with H2F? Because this is a fairly new program, probably about 4 years. I say fairly new, but it shouldn't be because 4 years, but some soldiers haven't seen H2F. I heard Sergeant Guerra say that you haven't, right?
Nope.
So what from this article stood out to you?
I mean, basically the introduction to it, I never even knew what an H2F was, so then reading this, that it was in JVLM where I was stationed at for my keys. I actually wish that I had that for it so I could go to it to kind of learn what workouts to do for my needs.
So you're saying a program like H2F could be beneficial to you? What about some people in your squad or your unit? Can it be beneficial for them?
They could.
Because not everybody has knee problems. What other issues can people benefit from the program?
Some are just overweight too. I have a buddy of mine who is overweight and working really hard.
So not all of us are experts at everything, but we have places to go to. Sorry, B?
No, I was just gonna say the same thing that he said. I read that it provides a dietitian, and I know a lot of people struggle with that.
Exactly. We know what to eat and what not to eat, but it's just sometimes easier to have somebody tell us, hey, put this on paper and we follow it. Diets are pretty tough for some people. So in the first picture of the book, or right here, people are doing yoga. Who's actually done yoga before? Why do you make that face? Sorry, go ahead.
We've all done yoga, because for PT we did yoga.
Yeah, but I mean,
But it's
back
not
at-
like legit yoga. But
Yeah, back at like some legit yoga back at your unit or even off your not in the reserve, like civilian life. Who's done yoga? How does it benefit you guys? Do you think it benefits the Army? You think it's something that the Army should be focusing on?
I think so, because
Why?
it helps you with like clearing your mind,
Okay.
your breathing, regulating like your thoughts, having like moments of stillness, which in the Army we're used to like go, 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 or hurry up and wait, versus yoga is like more like grounding yourself and just like staying still and being present with yourself.
So you're saying that fitness is not just physically, it's part of our mental health as well. And yoga is gonna be assisting with that. Who else wants to go? I know I saw some hands. How do you think yoga is gonna help you?
The few times that I've done it, I've mostly done it just, the first time I did it was just to try it out. I didn't realize how hard it was gonna be. But, no, because it truly is hard. It's like, it's more than just stretching. I do it now in a sense, like, to de-stress. Cause how Sergeant Goen said it's very grounding. So like, sometimes you have a hard day and you're not only stretching, which is good for your body, but it's also really good for your mental health.
What part of it was de-stressing for you?
For me, it was the breathing techniques, cause I
Breathing.
I struggle a lot with that, and with yoga, like I've improved a lot.
So breathing could be an avenue to help people's mental health as well. Something simple as breathing. All right, that's gonna bring us into H2F, Bravo 126. We're gonna understand why the Army has transitioned from the old regulation. The old regulation when you see soldiers running 5 times a week, going miles and miles and miles, why we always have these knee issues. We're transitioning to H2F, so that's why we're transitioning. There's a reason, we're gonna find out why. Let's get somebody to read the lesson scope for us.
This 2-hour lesson introduces you to the Army's Holistic Health and Fitness H2F Doctrine, FM 7-22. Knowledge of this doctrine will provide you with several different tools for developing your soldiers and supporting Army readiness.
So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna learn these tools and take back these tools to your unit and actually help out everybody. Like I stated earlier, none of us are experts on any of these fields, but we have to learn some of these tools to better assist our squads. Learning objective.
Action. Identify the major readiness domains of the Army's Holistic Health and Fitness Doctrine. Condition. as a learner attending the BOC, using a direct level leadership perspective in new environments, given FM 7-22 activities and classroom discussions. Standard. We are the standard. Identify the major readiness domains of the Army's holistic health and fitness doctrine by matching specific items of holistic health and fitness with the related domain without error.
Alright, so as you see matching specified items, there's gonna be a small questions, apply at the end, but the readiness domains, that word readiness, how does holistic health and fitness tie into the military's readiness? 5 domains: physical, nutrition, mental, spiritual, and sleep. Alright, for the next 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, we're gonna break out into our whiteboards. Group number 1's gonna have physical, group number 2's gonna have nutrition, group number 3's gonna have mental, and the last group spiritual. And then as a collective class, we're gonna all research sleep together. Alright, so get up and go to your whiteboards.
If you're having a really rough day or not keeping up,
How did that go?
Great.
What made
Me being so good.
Spirituality.
Good job.
Focusing
No, I
on
don't-
So, okay, so.
let's say
Cognitive
So
skills
I
and
grew up-
ability to
Maybe-
incorporate knowledge and thoughts into decisions.
Interactions with others.
Social engagement is the ability to cooperate.
This is
Alright, so.
this is like
You know, cognitive skill.
The thing is,
Well, if you're not mentally right,
so what is proactive?
That's critical thinking.
You've got anxiety.
so you don't get a heart attack or
Okay.
Like just something running on your
this is
mind.
like in the right now. They're kind of
Like how to find the
whatever, or
meaning
if you
of
get
life.
injured,
Why?
you're focusing on that. Reactive therapeutic, so it's specific to like target exactly.
And not telling
You're
You're correct, but give me an example of that.
Philosophy is like.
Oh, active.
Yeah, it says focusing on the fuel
Um,
when you're down. Now,
pre-workout, doing the gym.
Okay.
Pre-workout.
wouldn't that be more proactive? A little
you're
bit
probably gonna make worse decisions.
Proactive, like,
So like, let's say for example, like,
What if you like maintaining?
all you're thinking about is
Yeah,
whatever.
Think about CCNT, think about hard events like CrossFit, powerlifting, people that are competing, strongmen, anything along those lines. What are those athletes consuming at that time?
high quantity of stuff.
So
Not
how would a
proteins, you don't see somebody
social
eating a
activity
steak.
expose a impact?
Football players, what are they drinking?
What is
Carbs.
I mean, I suppose
Carbs,
that's-
electrolytes. What else?
red.
What's your best activity? Source of fuel?
Because you could set it
Yeah,
aside.
you're So what do you see those athletes eating?
Your cognitive.
Which one did you say?
Or-
Say no.
Are you an idiot?
The number one thing is,
Basically hitting all the events that ACFT has, Sorry, Murphy, do you have a question?
Yeah, I just was wondering which one swimming fell into.
Which one, what star?
Swimming.
Good question. Which one?
So depending on how long you swim for. So if you have short sprints, like 50-meter sprints or 100-meter sprints, you'd be using anaerobic because you're only going to be using glucose. If you're in aerobic endurance, if you go like 1,000-meter swim, you're going to be starting to use glycogen and adipose tissue fat, and that does not use, or that uses oxygen. Excuse me.
very good question, very good answer. I got one question. Not within the ACFT event, but how or what exercise can I use if I failed the ball throw, standing power throw?
You can use American kettlebells to improve that SAR. You can also use clean and jerks, kettlebell clean and jerks,
Okay.
or a barbell clean and jerks for the ball throw
Yes.
SAR. You could work with the soldier as an NCO and guide them on how to do the ball throw correctly. And you could show them a good example by you doing it, sir.
Exactly. So you're tying back counseling skills into something like this that is physically. So your counseling skills, coaching, mentoring, and what's the last one, Zarns? Teaching. So one of those three are gonna be for the standing power throw if they don't know the form.
serious mindset, like what's that fine line where you have to like bounce back? Like I know we said there's no time limit, but like when it comes to your soldiers, at what point do you say like, alright, like now we gotta start getting back to like being healthy? Like what's the time on that?
If someo's,
I'm genuinely asking.
what do you guys think? If somebody's struggling with, mental readiness, if there's a fine line where like, hey, now we're implementing more, we have to dig in a little bit more into your life. When do you guys,
When they start showing negative signs of like suicide or start making like those super bad decisions, because obviously you have like the 4 or 5 stages of grief, so like they should be allowed to naturally go through those. Like as soon as they're starting to impact the mission readiness, themselves, the soldier readiness, or the unit readiness in some way, so like forgetting simple stuff, or I would say showing those unhealthy signs or getting injured physically during like ACFT or physical training, that's when I would.
so signs of suicide, remember, tying back to the LRM class, we have judgment as well. So we have to make that judgment when we're assessing our soldiers. We have to make that strong judgment. Are they okay mentally? Do we have to dig in a little bit deeper? Do we have to report this? That's our call, because we're non-commissioned officers, so judgment. All right, good job, guys. In summary, it's
about time.
All right, today we went over physical readiness domain, nutritional readiness domain, mental readiness domain, spiritual readiness domain, the sleep readiness domain, and H2F coaching. Sarge, what are your questions? No questions? Always no questions. Always no questions. No? I don't know. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Oh wait, now we have questions? Sarn going first, and then we got Sarn Gedra. Go
So
ahead, Sarn.
like my unit's not implementing any of this. Like this is like, I mean, I feel like I low-key heard about this when I was at the medical brigade, but like how do you implement this? Like for you, so I could just go to my commander and be like, hey, let's start doing this.
Sarns, how do we implement this? Where can you go?
FM.
You said you're gonna bring something.
I mean,
To
I
your
get
commander.
that we can do it by like squad level, but like,
7-22.
Say it louder, Sarn Gedra.
FM 7-22.
To your commander. But why would you bring this to your commander?
help all the soldiers.
Exactly.
The-
To help our soldiers. Your question was, how do we do this? How do I bring it to my commander? You have doctrine. Which is what, Sarn Gedra?
FM-7.
7.
FM 7-22.
No, all of us don't know everything. We've stated that before. Where can we go? I'm not talking about the FM, but where can we go specifically for active duty personnel or reservists that live near an active duty installation? There's a specific building that you could go for assistance. A great tool,
The Army Wellness Center.
the Army Wellness Center. So for soldiers that we only have 2 days to drill, the Army Wellness Center is a great resource. It's something that you could coordinate, pitch a topic to your commander, to your team leader, to your platoon leader, to your first sergeant, say, hey, I've coordinated with them, look at our numbers, this is how it's gonna increase. You have to advocate for your soldiers that need programs like this. Army Wellness Center provides a lot of things, resources, we put a lot of money into it that just nobody's taking care of. So if you pitch it well, you advocate for your soldiers, you could get something with the wellness centers. If not, we have to educate ourselves as well. Balls right now. Which one of these do you think is gonna be best for your soldiers, and how are you gonna implement this? So we see Sergeant Carr pointing at, physical, nutrition back here for some soldiers. What else? What about mental readiness?
Well,
How are we gonna do mental readiness for our soldiers? There's some things that we
sit
can
down
provide
with
them.
them, ask them how, if it's for a part-time, or like reserve or guard, you can ask them how they're doing, how their family life is. For active duty, you kinda see more of their day in and out, but you can still address like how their family is and how those kind of relationships are outside of work.
So, anybody could have an open door policy. Sergeant Allen was, describing, sounds like, interpersonal relationships as well. Building that relationship with your soldiers and actually knowing them. All right, Sergeant, this concludes our class. We're gonna do, a little test, so go ahead and go to Blackboard. Go to Blackboard. Pull out, H2F Terms and Concepts handout, Appendix D. It's done. Let's go over the answers. First table, what did you get for, H2F coaching?
For that one, we have personal health inventory, PHI, and we also have the circle of health.
Alright, what's the next one?
Those
Nutritional readiness domain?
Oh, for nutritional, we have the ability to recognize, select, and consume the requisite food and drink. And we also have just that one.
Alright, awesome. Table 2, physical readiness domain, what do you guys have the answer for?
So we have precision, progression, integration, and then also the muscular strength, endurance, aerobic endurance, and anaerobic endurance and power. And we also have the 5 structural capabilities.
Awesome. And then for the next table, since that one was a big one, let's have a mental readiness domain.
Ability to adapt, the capacity to adapt successfully in the presence of risk and adversity.
So ability to adapt, what else, is that it? We'll be using the circle of health. Alright, so this concludes our class today. Make sure you guys head out now to form up.